Hey guys, this is Joe from West Georgia Guns. Just want to make a video about my gun trading within the last few months. It started when Obama was talking about banning guns, magazines, all that good stuff, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to upload pictures throughout the video, show you the guns. So I started off with the iPad 2, iPad 3, and great shape, $200. Put it on West Georgia's Guns for Sale and Trade, and just to see what I could get. Well, a guy offered me a Mossberg. I can't remember the model, but Mossberg shotgun tactical. It had a stock pistol grip. Great looking gun, and had it for a little bit, and I was just curious what I could get out of it. So I posted it on West Georgia Guns for Sale and Trade, and got a Springfield XD 40 caliber, and shot it and loved it. And after shooting it, did some research, and I actually went out and bought a XDM 40. It's an amazing gun, loved it. So had both. I was like, well, I don't need this XD and have the XDM. So I posted it on the Trader, and I got a SKS. You know, everybody said it was a stupid trade. I was saying they were going for about $600, a $150 gun. So I figured I'd get it, and I can flop it before the market crash. And that's exactly what happened. I waited a little too long, to get rid of it, because it was kind of dying down a little bit. I couldn't get what I wanted to out of it. So I was hitting up pawn shops and gun stores to see what they'd give me in it. It was it accepted AK-47 mags, so it had a 30-round magazine with it. And going to pawn shops and gun stores and talking to the guys, they were lowballing me. So as I was at the gun store in Douglasville, the guy on my side of the counter heard that I wasn't going to sell it to the guys at the store, so he asked me if I'd step outside with him, and we talked. He saw the gun, he fell in love with it. Older guy, he just liked older guns, so I sold it to him. Well, with that money, I've never owned a 1911, so I did a little research, and I found out that I wanted a Ruger 1911. Well, they were hard to come by, and they still are today. But I called all local gun stores. Closest one I could find was like an hour and a half away. I had the guy hold it for me. We drove up there, Tom's gun shop up in Rome, and great experience with the guy. I'd buy another gun from him. But I got the Ruger for around $750 with tax, and they're going for about $900 on the Trader, because they're just hard to come by and everybody wanted one. It was a full size, and took it out, shot it, fell in love with it. I wasn't even going to sell it. And so I was just curious. The ARs were going for $1,500 to $2,000 easy. So I figured, hey, what the heck, I'm going to try to get me an assault rifle. Well, I posted it on the Trader. Sure enough, it got an offer, and I ended up with a Deltone AR-15. It was all Magpul parts, OD green. I wasn't a big fan of it at first, seeing pictures of the OED green. I didn't like it, and got up there, met the guy. The gun was maybe had 100 rounds through it, looked amazing when we took it apart. And he gave me that, 3 magazines, I believe, a little bit of ammo, a soft case. It had a ACOG knockoff scope on it. Worked great, and I had it for a day, and it was like, man, I could really get some money out of it before the market crash. And I didn't want to be. I would have been happy if I was stuck with it. That's the number one thing in trade. Never trade for something. If you're trying to trade up and trade up, never trade for something you don't want to get stuck with. And so I was just, I got it. I was happy with it, but I was going to see what I could get while the market was up on the assault rifles. So threw it up on Trader, and a guy posted a Desert Eagle 50 cal, brushed chrome, I believe that's what they call it, but I'll throw a picture up. And that was my dream gun. Wanted one since I was a kid. I mean, I grew up watching The Matrix, and that's what all the agents had. Just bad gun, thing the size of my arm, huge gun. Just, I planned on keeping it. They're $1,500 gun at the time. That's what they were going for. Full guy on the Trader had one for $1,200. He was getting married and needed to sell it quick. Well, I sold my AR and got enough money for the gun and enough to buy some ammo. So I met the guy. The gun looked great. One little wear, a little bit of wear on it, but I wouldn't even say a scratch. But just met the guy. He had the magazine, and just it was a good looking gun, but I had no use for it. It was more just gonna sit in my closet and collect dust. It's not something I'm gonna go out and shoot every day, mostly with how ammo is right now. And I found one store with it in stock, the ammo, and I almost want to say I paid $35 for 20 bullets. So I stay on the Traders, just see what's going and what's on there. And I missed the Ruger SR 1911, and it's like, I want another 1911. Well, a guy had a Kimber Pro Carry stainless. Pro Carry is the commander size, and I've always wanted a Kimber. Beautiful guns, but my price was off because he wanted like $900 for it, or that's what they were going for. So I told him I couldn't do it unless he could throw something else in. He had 2 Wilson combat magazines with it and 500 rounds of ammo. So I was like, you got a deal, can't pass that up. And he also had some night sights he ordered that he was going to mail to me. And if I didn't get them, that was fine, but if he sent them to me, that was awesome. Well, he sent them to me, and it was a great transaction. A guy named Lee, and well, I had that and shot it, fell in love with it. I was like, I'm not trading this gun. Well, when I got that gun, the Springfield XDS came out, and I had to have it. So I ended up selling my XDM and got the XDS. I had 2 45s. I was happy. I wasn't going to trade them for nothing. And well, my gun guy I met throughout all this gun trading I've been doing, and I always ask him for advice. Real cool guy. His name's Mike. I want to thank him for all the help he's been through, giving me advice and stuff. But he showed me we were talking, I love the Kimber Master Carry that's about to come out, and he showed me a Kimber Super Carry Pro HD stainless, and just thought it was amazing. And so enough, one popped up on the trader in Atlanta, and it's blued. Had to have it. You know, that was the gun. I couldn't live without. They're about a $1,600 1911, and so message guy. He didn't want to trade. He wanted more money for me to throw in some extra stuff to get that gun. I told him I couldn't do it, and he's like, okay, well, thanks for trying. And it just so happens, a few hours later, he messaged me. He's like, hey, you really want to trade? So I told him I'd meet him where he lived instead of, you know, adding cash. And he was about an hour and a half away. I drove up to Atlanta, you know, sat there, a real cool guy, sat there and talked about guns, and he got my 2 guns and I got his 1 gun, and that's what I currently have. So I started off with a $200 gun, and then I added $500 for the X550 with tax, and so $750 I got my dream gun. I currently have it. This gun's going nowhere. It's clear. I've checked it. Nothing. So this is a Kimber Super Carry Pro HD blued. Just, I love it, and it's just amazing. You got all the engravings, back strap, night sights. Just, it's all metal. It shoots amazing, and so this is my dream gun. And of course, I want to higher end 1911. I'll get one day. Wilson Combat, Les Bear. Just, you know, a higher end one. No rush. So I got this, and I've just, throughout all my trading, you know, I started off with the Ruger. Great gun, light trigger pull, really accurate. It's full size. I got the Kimber Pro Carry, commander size. I was like, wow, just the size of the commander size is amazing. It's perfect to carry. Number one thing I like about this is the bobtail. That's my favorite. So, just in my experience with the 1911s, they cost. The more they cost, the better they are, of course. But it's a bunch of little stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a Kimber, same company, but you know, $600 more for this gun than the prior Kimber I had. Just the engravings, the bobtail, and the trigger's even lighter. It's more accurate than the Super Carry, and just amazing gun. So that's just my story of my trading in the last few months. I've had fun with it. I'm hooked. I want to start over because I'm not trading this. So I'm about to see. It's going to be harder this time just because the gun market's not crazy. The gun bans are, you know, not even talked about right now. Of course, they're still trying to do it. Make sure you email and your senators, mayor, governor, just everybody, just let them know you support your Second Amendment, so our guns don't get taken away. But I'm gonna start over, just to see what I can do, and like I said, just get guns I like, and if I get stuck with them, I'm happy with it. So that's just my story, and thanks for watching.